Hey everyone, this is Jeff from Metal Guy Reacts, back to bring you another reaction video. Today I'm going to be checking out Tom MacDonald's new song, Clown World. Really excited to check this out. Most of his stuff that I've listened to I've really enjoyed. His lyrical writing ability is fantastic, and I like, he seems to change things up on each one too. Like, each one tends to have a different feel, a different flow to it, but he's, doing really, I can't believe how well he's doing as an independent artist, just hustling, man, like there's no tomorrow to get, on the iTunes and, sort of Apple Music charts and stuff like that. He's just killing it. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Check this out. This is Tom MacDonald doing Clown World.
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything.
It's only been 7 seconds. And Tom... Oh, man, you just, God, that, I'm going to misquote the line, but we keep talking about building a better planet for our kids, but why don't we build better kids for our planet? He is not messing around. I'm going to have to back up to the beginning. This is one of the other things, too. I'm just saying it right away. I know we just started, but so many people often ask me about this line I missed, that line I missed in a Tom MacDonald reaction. He pumps in so many good lines that unless we just sat down for like an hour-long live stream, at least to me, stuff's gonna get missed. Anyway, let's start that over.
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense. We need balance. We're all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness. I'm offended that you're offended by me taking offense. Can't build a wall. Why does your house have a fence? I believe in two genders. I'm not mad at the rest. I'm just confused when a dude has a beard and some breasts. We won't always agree. No, I don't hate all police.
He is jumping into a lot of political topics. I think a lot of people kind of agree with not necessarily every message he's sending out, but I think his last few songs and this one so far have been talking about conversation and having conversation. Like, he's just jumping back and forth between different subjects we're all talking about, but a lot of stuff has been deemed untouchable to even talk about. And I think that's where this frustration is coming from.
There's a beard and some breasts. We won't always agree. No, I don't hate all police. No, I don't think that the system's racist. I just think the system hates people. I think fighting violence with more violence is what they want. Viruses and riots, people dying, we won't stay home. Black lives matter, all lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is setting up a civil war. Burn the circus down, cause the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud, painted smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with bozos, homie, I can't be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes. When I was a child, the only races that we hated were the ones that we ran and didn't win.
When I was a child, the only races we hated were the ones we didn't win. Super good line. Again, and this one has a different feel to it. I'm trying not to pause too much, but man, he is blowing me away with this one. I think so much that he's trying to bring back conversation, man. Like, I think that's a big thing, is we get so polarized in our viewpoints, especially because, online you get put into like essentially an echo chamber where what you want to hear, you end up hearing. And it's creating such polarization. I think that's more what he's getting at. Even if you don't agree with specific things he's saying, he's asking for the return of conversation.
When I was a child, the only races that we hated were the ones that we ran and didn't win. Then we stopped playing with each other, started hating on each other, started noticing the color of our skin. Christians and atheists, immigrants, patriots, we love the country, but we are not saving it. Wages don't raise to the rate of inflation, and half of the country hates all of the nation. It's funny that we think the world owes us something. All the phones got smart, but the people so dumb. We care more about the likes on our cell.
All the phones got smart and the people got dumb.
We think the world owes us something. All the phones got smart, but the people so dumb. We care more about the likes on a selfie than our moms, and the only time we ever speak the truth when we're drunk. We won't always agree. No, I don't hate all police. No, your thoughts and opinions ain't facts, and they are not defining my reality. No, I think picking sides divides. It's probably what has got us here. United States is great regardless. That's what we've forgotten here. Black lives matter, all lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is shutting up a civil war. Burn the circus down, cause the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud, painted smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with bozos, homie, I can't be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes. They tell you be yourself and then they judge you on the internet till everybody hates you for it. If Jesus was alive, I swear to God that y'all would cancel him, cause lately being negative's the real new normal. Yeah.
Being negative's the new normal. God, Tom, you are spitting out so many good lines. He also, again, keeps talking about how he's saying, like, we're getting segregated again by these belief systems. And the polarization is just insane. That's his message here, man. Like, that's what I'm getting out of these last couple of songs that he's put out, is that we're polarized and no one's talking, like, and no one is having logical and good conversation. We've just all picked a side and decided that, like he was saying, they're going to go to civil war over it.
For it. If Jesus was alive, I swear to God that y'all would cancel him, cause lately being negative's the real new normal. Yeah, if you're thick, you're fat, you're rich, you're bad, you're poor, you're black, you're white, you're whack, they lie, it's facts. My generation needs a bunch of free condoms, cause common sense ain't that common. This is what they wanted, this is how they planned it, this is to control everyone on the planet. Then we put each other in caskets, protest and panic, and they take advantage to manage the damage. We won't always agree, no, freedom doesn't come free. No, there was people fighting, dying overseas, so that you can have freedom and be home. I think the elites are real, but they ain't drinking babies' blood. They're creating chaos so they have something to save you from. Black lives matter, all lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is setting up a civil war. Burn the circus down, cause the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud, painted smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with bozos, homie, I can't be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes.
Clown world. Okay, so a number of things that I already said in here. There is just, as usual, lyric after lyric after lyric that's so good. And we can dive into them, but man, I still think that the biggest thing he's got going here is that he's trying to call attention to the division. And he thinks that, at least from what I'm gathering on the overall message of the song and a few of his other tunes, is that this division is very specific. And I said this in one of his other videos too, that there was years ago, there was a George Carlin bit where he's talking about the same type of division, and essentially paraphrasing, because I haven't memorized the George Carlin sketch, but essentially what George Carlin says is that the way that the people on the top keep us all bickering and separated is by defining people by races and religions and putting these labels on people, and then making sure that the poor and middle class fight with each other, and then never figure out that the upper class is always just running to the bank and running off with all the money. So you keep the lower classes fighting about stuff so that they don't pay attention that something bigger is happening. It's a distraction, and it's a way to make sure that the rich keep getting richer and the poor and middle class keep getting poorer. And I'll put a link to that bit down below, though, in the description box, because it's really good. And man, he said that over 30 years ago. So it's something that people have talked about a lot, but I think that's what Tom is getting at with this. There were so many good lines in this. He said if Jesus Christ came back, he'd probably get canceled. The main hook was really good. I loved his flow in this. It was really, really smooth. It was a little different than some of his other tunes. The whole video was actually super hypnotic, so I really liked Nova's take on this, like her direction on this. I felt like a few times I was kind of getting sucked into it because some of those backdrops were moving in a way that kind of just pulled you in really close. His lyrical writing ability is fantastic, and it's that juxtaposition, it's the division. So whether or not you agree with some of the specific stuff he's saying about, gender identity and about the division of race and races and, race relations and stuff like that, however you feel about that, I think he is just trying to call attention to the fact that we are so divided and more divided than we've ever been. It's been a long time. It's still been a long time, but I just remember people saying that, and you can kind of see it in the way they used to work with one another. But at least in the United States, you know, Democrats and Republicans are kind of the two major parties. And you go back a long time, you go back, say, 50 years, and they seem to have a more mutual respect for one another. They understood that there were differences and they fought hard against each other, but they understood that their differences were not something you would get immediately canceled for. You know, you have the discussions so that you can figure out what to do about things and what the best solutions are. And sometimes the best solution is not what you think it is, it's what someone else thinks it is. And we all have to work hard to sort of undo our own biases on things and try not to get stuck in a position too hard. So again, I think that's what he's trying to get at with this song as a whole. It just really seems like the last few videos have been about that. And I know I think a lot of people are frustrated on both sides of the aisle on all different arguments. We just want to get back to some intellectual debate that's good, and people can ask questions and move forward with better ideas on how to help people and how to make sure we're all doing as best we can. And again, as I ramble on and on, because this song is just so solid, he also, I think, is drawing to the fact that he thinks most everyone's getting screwed. You know, he talks about the elites a lot. So yeah, I don't think it's like a, you know, specific group of people like Oprah and a bunch of other billionaires, you know, Jeff Bezos, that get in like a lair in a mountain somewhere and decide the fate of the world. But I think they're just the top players of the game, of the money game. And I think that's what he's talking about. He's talking about like elites. So another great video from Tom MacDonald. Thanks everyone so much for this recommendation. I'm going back through some of his back catalog too. So I'll, you know, kind of keep posting stuff on that, and then just keep tabs on him as he keeps releasing stuff. Another great tune from him. If you have a quick second, please subscribe to my channel. Helps out so much. I'm checking out his stuff, other rap, hip hop, K-pop, all sorts of stuff I haven't kept up with. So come check out some new music with me, and I'll catch you in my next reaction video.